Hey bub, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Welcome back to the X-Centric Collector channel. I'm Talent, the X-Centric Collector, and today we are going to be covering Wolverine, Ninja Wolverine. Let's get into it.
Cerebro online.
Cerebro, pull up file Ninja Wolverine 2024.
Accessing file. Wolverine 50th Anniversary 2-pack 2024. Retail price $49.99. Aftermarket price high $49.99. Low $28.95. Accessories: alternate hands, alternate head.
This is another Wolverine 50th Anniversary 2-pack. It has the beautiful artwork peeking out from behind the Wolverine claw marks. This is my favorite packaging of the set. The artwork is stunning, and I just love the colors of Psylocke's outfit and the telekinetic knife. It's just beautiful. The blurb on the back of the box reads, wielding the 10 rings and newly acquired ninja skills, Psylocke engages Wolverine in a telepathic battle for control. So Wolverine comes with 2 additional fisted hands and an alternate head. I don't see this Wolverine retaining much value because this patch version of Wolverine was made a few years back, and I wouldn't be surprised if they redo him again in the future. Let's take a look at Patch, aka Ninja Wolverine, out of the package. Again, another Wolverine. And actually a Wolverine in a suit that we got not that long ago. It was a retro carded Wolverine. I'm calling this Ninja Wolverine. He's wearing all black. I think the other one had the thing over his eyes. He wore like a little, barely a mask. And it's a pinless Wolverine with very hairy arms. Very hairy everywhere, which is awesome, because that is Wolverine's MO. The face printing on these, again, you cannot go wrong with these modern figures. It's got some blue shading in the hair. Articulation is great. Double jointed elbows, double jointed knees, ankle rocker. Yep, ankle rocker. And of course the pivot. Traditional modern figure with all the accoutrements you'd expect. Butterfly joints so you can get those arms all the way out to the front. Oh, we're missing a claw here. I will find that. Where did it go? Tell you what, if you ever lose a claw, they're a dime a dozen. Got a ton of Wolverines. This one's actually from another hand, and you can tell it's slightly different color. Until I can find what happened to his. Haven't even had him that long, and already he's missing a claw. But yeah, overall, I am conflicted about this. I like it because it is a look that I do have the retro one, but I only got one and kept him on card because I wouldn't have even had this if I didn't want that Lady Mandarin so bad. But then I had the Lady Mandarin out, and I'm like, what kind of display am I going to do with her? And I'm like, well, he came with her, and he is a ninja. So I'm like, hey, we'll have Wolverine tearing up a bunch of ninjas, about to face off against one of his former teammates. So, yeah, it's not bad. He came with an additional head, a very stern-looking head. You guys will have to forgive me. I'm just now starting to do these like in-hand looks at the figures, so I'm gonna get better as I go, I promise, but this is me starting out. He also came with 2 additional hands, fisted hands with the sheath claws. Could be a good look for when he's actually fighting Betsy, because he doesn't want to kill her, just wants to knock some sense into her. So yeah, overall, did you guys get this? Did you get the 2-pack? Did you get it for him, or did you get it for Lady Mandarin? Be honest. It was Lady Mandarin, wasn't it? And if you did, are you going to keep this Wolverine, or are you going to sell it? I considered selling it, but like I said, at least for now, he's going to be going into my X-Men Japan display. I don't know how many more times we could talk about Logan, but there was this storyline, so let's talk about it.
Wolverine, first appearance, The Incredible Hulk number 180, 1976, created by Len Wein, writer, John Romita Sr., artist.
Skipping past Wolverine's extensive history, which you can watch on any number of other Wolverine videos, we're going to cover the story that this figure is based on, which is in Uncanny X-Men number 257 and 258. In that storyline, Jubilee and Patch Wolverine travel to Hong Kong in order to stop the Mandarin, who is in the service of the mysterious ninja organization known as the Hand. Wolverine is currently dealing with his extensive injuries and hallucinations from a previous battle. The pair visit a friend in Hong Kong named Rose Wu. While Wolverine is recovering, Jubilee and Rose's granddaughter are out shopping when they are kidnapped by Psylocke, now the Lady Mandarin. The ninjas later confront Wolverine. Patch has the advantage and gains the upper hand in the battle until he recognizes his teammate, Psylocke. She uses this moment of confusion to take advantage of his weakened state and takes him out. The newly minted Lady Mandarin, aka Psylocke, then takes her prize back to her master, the Mandarin. Wolverine, now in a state of stasis due to the mind control of Psylocke, which is monitoring his psychic state, which is not good, sees that he's in a state of psychic despair due to the fact that he was in a similar state when he was in the Weapon X program. Just as he is about to revert to his bestial form, Jubilee attempts to escape, but is foiled by the Mandarin. However, Jubilee does manage to escape again and joins Wolverine, and then Psylocke reveals she was never actually under the Mandarin's control. It was all a ruse. It's then that the three X-Men take down the Mandarin and hop on a ship and make their escape. Although Wolverine took a lot of damage, he does what he always does and he heals, but the mental scars prove to be worse than his physical injuries. Speaking of his powers to heal, let's take a look at his powers and abilities.
Powers and abilities, enhanced strength, stamina, durability, speed, agility, reflexes and senses, indestructible bones via adamantium, retractable adamantium claws, regenerative healing factor, extended longevity, master of various forms of combat.
Wolverine is probably best known for his razor-sharp adamantium claws, but as we said in his brief history, his claws are actually bone claws that were later coated in the indestructible metal. His mutation has granted him superhuman strength, stamina, durability, speed, agility, and reflexes. He also possesses enhanced senses. Think Super Soldier, but with heightened senses. All of his senses, his hearing, sight, smell, taste, and touch are all elevated to superhuman levels. Perhaps his greatest power, however, is his healing factor, which has granted him longevity. He was born hundreds of years ago, and it also allows him to rapidly heal from any damage he takes. He's also immune to most poisons, and it even gives him some telepathic resistance. Beyond his powers, Wolverine is a master of various forms of combat. He's trained with the best masters all over the world, as well as having been trained as an elite soldier in the Weapon X program and beyond. Let's see how these powers rank on the grid. Cerebro, please pull up the power grid.
Accessing power grid. Analyzing subject.
You can find these power grids on marvel.fandom.com or on the backs of various Marvel trading cards. Our first category is strength. He's at a 4. World record bench press strength. He may be small, but he's incredibly strong, able to lift up to 800 pounds. And Logan needs that strength, lugging around that extra adamantium weight. Our next category is intelligence. He's at a 3, above average. He has an IQ higher than your average person. Some power grids have him at a 2, but the Marvel Metal card, which is the one I normally default to, has him at a 3. And it makes sense that Wolverine has an above average intelligence. People often mistake Wolverine to be a mindless animal, but having lived such a long life and spending a nice portion of that time living at a school, Wolverine is one smart ball of rage. Moving on to speed. He is at a 2, normal human speed. And although his mutant abilities grant him above average speed, that adamantium slows him down a bit, so it kinda averages out. Normal human speed. On to our next category, fighting ability. He is at a 7, invincible. There's a reason they say Wolverine is the best at what he does, and that is fighting. Training with the best masters the world has to offer, combined with all his military training, has turned him into a nearly invincible fighting machine. Next up is durability. He's at a 4, enhanced human. Somewhat difficult to permanently injure. Between his healing factor and his adamantium bones, any damage he takes can be quickly healed, and his bones are impossible to break, as well as having that skull that's impossible to penetrate. Brings a whole new meaning to the saying hard-headed, and that he is. Wolverine has been shot, dropped from high heights, and even burned alive, and always manages to heal. Moving on to our next category, agility. He is at a 4, peak human agility. Even with him weighing 300 plus pounds, his reflexes and agility are well beyond even the best athletes. On several occasions, he's been able to dodge Cyclops' optic blasts with ease. On to our final category, energy blasts. He's at a 1, no energy projection whatsoever. Although he does not have any ability to send out blasts himself, he himself has been a projectile in one of the X-Men's most famous tactics, the fastball special, where Colossus picks Wolverine up and throws him at an enemy, becoming the blast himself. Looking at his overall stats, Wolverine's enhanced strength, durability, agility are all at a 4. Combine that with his fighting ability at a 7 and an above average intelligence, Wolverine is nearly invincible. There's a reason he is one of the most popular X-Men and one of the most recognizable comic book characters in history. No matter whether he's disguised as Patch, rolling around as Logan, or in his X-Men outfit, Wolverine is the best at what he does, regardless of the uniform. He often takes center stage in different media like the movies and even the animated series. It's nice we get to see him as more part of the team rather than the focus, and they did a great job of that in X-Men 97 Season 1, where we really get to see him as more of a team player rather than the focus of the show. And that reminds me, Cerebro, let him know.
Be sure to check out X-Men 97 Reactions with Talent. Don't forget to subscribe.
You should definitely go check out my X-Men 97 reactions. I had a lot of fun doing it, and I'm looking forward to future seasons. And if you could, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. Every click goes a long way to helping the channel grow, and I'd greatly appreciate it. That's all for today. I'm Talent, the Eccentric Collector, reminding you, keep collecting. And until next time, Excelsior!